ga hona ka mokgo ebe a ka ba motho e mong kapa a nang le karolo ya ho tjhiswe cell 35.
Logically.
I do not know.
With the exception of the allegations that my client allowed the van that was carrying the corpse, or specifically that was carrying the TV stand, you yourself as the investigating officer do not have any direct evidence that says that my client, accused number 6, assisted or allegedly assisted Mr. Thabo Bester to escape from custody.
Kantleng ho nthwena ya hore wena ore client ya ka ile ya dumella vene e fete di gating tseo yena a neng a di gatile a dumella vene e fete mo vene o ne o thwe e lashitse TV stand. Ha ona bona bopaki kantleng ho nthweo, ha ona bona bopaki wena bo reng yena ile accused number 6 o thusitse hore Thabo Bester a bale tronkong.
Your worship, kinale bopaki ba statement tsa di witness.
I think I have such evidence from the witnesses' statements.
Hore kire Thabo Bester o thusitse le hore Thabo Bester a bale. Hane a ile hanela koloi ene itla isina gate pass hore ikene jardin aka ba sabale Thabo.
For me to say that he is part of the people who aided Thabo Bester to escape, it is because if he would have disallowed the van that did not have a gate pass to get through the gates, Thabo Bester would not have escaped the prison.
Ibile supervisor ya hae e mo instructile o kekebe wa dumella koloi eo ikene isina gate pass.
To top it all off, his supervisor instructed him not to allow a vehicle that did not a gate pass to pass through.
Let's deal with that. Let's deal with that and correct record. Accused number 6, Mr. Maswike, who is my client, was actually the person that called the supervisor to the gate. Okay, I take it that you wouldn't know that, right?
I sebetsa le lona hanyane he taba eo. Go bona ena that Masukela leng case number 6 mo casing e ke ena a ileng a phone la supervisor.
And that was when he realized.
A phone la supervisor hore e tle mo gating eo. Ene ke gola wena ona itse ba ntho eo.
That was when he realized that the gentleman that wanted to enter did not have the gate pass.
Ene le ha hlokometse hore motho yena ba batlang ho kena mo hana gate pass.
Nkare na worship supervisor ke khola ka trial o tla paka o tlwile koloi ha ikena ka hara sa diport a hlodisa lesobeng ka festere a bona venena ke yena a hweleditseng hore sinowe kana go ye after hours e kai gate pass ya o kena mona.
I think the supervisor is going to give testimony during the main trial. And the supervisor heard when the vehicle was driving through, or heard when the vehicle was driving in. And he peeked through a hole and saw that it was Senuwe. Then he shouted out as to Senuwe, at this time of the night, where is the gate pass?
We'll deal with that at trial. But let's deal with this also. My plan was, well, let me put it this way first. We know that my client does not have any pending matter or matters before any court. That was the testimony, right?
Ra tseba hona jwale he hore client ya ka ha ena di case study tse le hore o ntsa di mathe. Okay?
Ho jwalo, Your Worship.
That is correct.
And we know also that he does not have any record of having committed any offense before, that we know.
La hape ntho e tsebang ke hore motho na ana di record tsa hore tse bontsha hore o kile a etsa tlolo ya molao kae a ba fungona le molato ka yona ke.
Ho jwalo, Your Worship.
That is correct.
And given these, we can say that he would not endanger the safety of the public in any way.
Jole ya tse re fana ka bo sentse re shebile ho dinthong tseo tsa hore hana case hana record ha ona ka mkgo wa tlobeyang polokeo ya di witness mo kapa polokeo ya setjhaba mo kotsing ka mkgo wa ofeng kapa ofeng.
I mean, it's not a person that commits offenses against the public.
Sexual ha se motho a tsamayang ka a ntsa etsa ditlolo tsa molao hohle mona.
Mare ke eno o entse tlolo ya molao.
Here he is. He's just committed a crime.
I'm saying, if he were to be granted bail and looking at his history, I mean, he's 51 years. This is his first case. When we look at that picture or at that history, we cannot readily conclude that this is a person that will endanger the safety of the public.
Shebe how can you track record I motho of 51 years and ke case ya pele ene ona le track record e wena o etse bang hona jwale ya o sabile di case tse ding o ka tsere ha ka tswa ka bail o polokelo ya community o tlo ebe ya kotsing
Ke santse ke tsho hape, Your Worship, hore setjhaba ka mokgo nyewe ena e etseng ka teng ba maikutlo a hodimo ho lokolla motho wa mofuta wa hae ka beili e fana ka moelelo o mong le setjhaba bo ba ka qetellang ba se ba nyatsa le administration ya justice.
Let me reiterate this. According to how this crime was committed, the community has high emotions. And I think if a person, such as the accused person, can be released, it would render the administration of justice very poor in the eyes of the nation.
Yeah, Colonel Flyman. The basis of the question of the attorney, he wants to establish that since accused number 6 has got no previous nor pending cases against him, that he is not likely to endanger the public.
Okay, I can stand Kenneth.
I'm indebted to the court, Your Worship.
I can stand. And that the Mokowa potso ya mwili ke hore jalo ka ha accused number 6 asna di record asna le di case tsa ntseng a di mathela tse so fele ntho eo fela e bontsha hore ha hona ka mgo a tlo beyang polokeho ya setjhaba kotsing ka teng yena.
Ho jwalo, Your Worship.
That is correct.
Certainly. I mean, he doesn't even have a record of being violent.
Ana le record e bontshang hore ke motho a di kgoka yena mkhwana.
Ho jwalo, Your Worship.
That's correct.
Indeed. And there's nothing to suggest that he's going to evade his trial.
And I want to ntho engwe hape bontshang hore o tlo balea case ya hae.
Ha ke na yona, Your Worship.
Pardon?
Ha ke na yona. Ntho e bontshang o tla ba le.
Yes, I do not have any indication to that effect.
Absolutely, Colonel. Equally, we don't have any evidence to suggest that accused number 6, who is my client, will intimidate the witnesses.
And hape ha rena le bopaki bofeng kapa bofeng be re nang le bona be re bo tshwarehang bo bontshang hore yena o tlo tshosetsa dipaki.
Ha ke na bona bopaki, Your Worship.
Yes, I do not have such evidence.
Absolutely. And such a profile suggests that such a person should be granted bail. But I take it that you don't have any comment on that.
Well, profile eo ya motho o jwalo ke yone bontshang hantle hore motho a jwalo ke yena motho a lokelang hore a ka fuwa bail. Empa nna ke tla nka hore mohlomong mo nthong e ke buang ha ona tshwaelo.
Yes, indeed, I agree with you. That it was wrong for him to put something to the witness knowing he cannot comment on it. That is solely in the powers of the court,
Thank you.
as it pleases.
I may not know, indeed, Your Worship, whether some witnesses never want to go where angels fear to tread.
You know, Mr. Kwenani, they say conscience is an open wound that can only be cured by the truth. And you know the truth.
I shall not speculate as to what people know. May I proceed, if it pleases the court?
No, you have answered yourself. You may proceed. Thank you.
Indeed, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
I just want to touch very, very briefly on what you refer to as, in your testimony, assisting one of the accused with, the corpse, carrying in of the corpse. Am I correct to say that that's what you said?
Ona le ntho engwe ke batlang ke tlo bua ka yona ka bokgutshwanyane mo wena o ne o bua ka mo ho ne o thuswa motho e mong hore a kuke setopo a skenye kara tronko ke bua nnete o buile ntho jwalo.
Che, ha ke bue ntho e jwalo, Your Worship.
No, I did not say such.
All right, I'm just going to put this version of my client. But my client says that the person that got through, that got through the gate, driving a van on that particular day, was carrying a TV stand.
Toko blele tlente ka ere motho a neng a kganna vene a kena ka yona ka mong motho eo o ne a kukile TV stand.
Very heavy TV stand.
A kukile TV stand e boima.
And he says there's no way, if he had seen any corpse at the gate or anywhere, that he would have assisted the person to carry the corpse into the prison facilities.
Arena ha hona ka mokgo ana kare a bone hore motho tshwere setopo ya ba yena wa thusa hore motho o a nkenye setopo seo ka ga tronko ibile a mo thusa lo skakasa.
Ha ke dumelane le yona, Your Worship. Hobane ke eno e etsahetse.
I dispute that. It has happened.
You'll deal with that at trial properly.
Yeah, I am troubled by this waging of yours that we will deal with that during trial. You ask a question, you attract that type of an answer, then you will deal with it on the trial. It's not proper. It's like, I'm not sure whether you are saying I must ignore it or what.
If it pleases the court, I'll leave that particular question and proceed with other matters.
Thank you.
Colonel, the evidence that we have is that accused number 6, Mr. Masukela, was never even paid a cent. At least there is no evidence that indicates that there was money that got to be transferred into his account.
Bopaki bo nang le bona e Colonel ke taba hore Ntate Masukela ha ka patola le cent. Ha ona le bopaki kae kapa kae bo bontshang hore o kila ba le bo di transfer tsa di tšhelete ho ya.
Your Worship, ho ya ka record e re fumaneng ya pele ya Capitec ha e bontshe ho na le tjhelete e fumaneng.
Yes, according to the initial record that we obtained from Capitec Bank, it does not in any way show that there is any money that he received.
In fact, my instructions are that he's not benefited anything in this case that he's getting involved, and he knew absolutely nothing about what happened here pertaining to this case.
And I think to accused number 6 I buang ke hore yena ha una kuno e feng kapa e feng ai unneng ka ntwena kaofela e etsaetseng. And le ho kenela mo casing mo ha ona le nthwana e tseba hore na ho ntso etsala mo a ntso fitwa ho bua kwana ho etsuwang mo ha una le mo casing.
Your Worship, ke tla hanana le yona hore Ntate Masuke mosebetsi wa hae gating ke hore koloi ha e kena gating a search a etse ka bojohle hore dintho tse batlahalang tse tshwanetse di be teng a di fumane, empa o tloetse koloi ene sena gate pass aba a instructor ki supervisor ya hae a ignora le yona instruction e ho ya ka nna ya bontsha hore ki part and parcel ya ntwena o na tsebe hobaneng a ka dumella koloi e a bolelletseng hore koloi ena na ha ya tshwanela ho kena. Jwale e bontsha sesupo sa hore o na ntsana le lesedi le tsebo le tjantjello ya ntwena le etsaetseng.
I would like to dispute what you were saying. Mr. Masukela was assigned at the gate, and his duties was to search a vehicle that was to pass through that gate. But he did not do that. Let the vehicle pass through, and even his supervisor instructed him not to allow a person who did not have a gate pass to go through his gate. He ignored the instruction, and it only all those actions only showed that he had an idea what was taking place there. And how could he then have allowed a vehicle to pass through when he did not have a gate pass, when there was instruction not to allow it, if he did not indeed know what was happening?
At the right time, Mr. Masukela would come and argue that things never actually occurred that way. And that there was a stage where they got distracted whilst they were at the gate, and it would give a full picture of what transpired on that particular day. But that would not be for now.
Kana go lokileng o tlo tla ena ntsha bopaki hore hantle tle dintho a di etsela ka mokgwa wena ntse o di etsaetse ka teng, and o tlo bua le ena hore no ho la ba le tshitiso e itseng e leng ya etsala ha ba ntse ba le gating mo, empa and o tlo fana jalo ka setshwantsho se felletseng hore king le eng e etsaetseng, empa ntho ya re tlo e etsa ona jalo.
That will happen there. Let's tick off this just to make sure. My client, Mr. Masukela, does not have a passport. You know, I omitted this. That was testimony, right?
That they must get a passport and a loan. I need to look back okay? That's correct.
And that really relates to the issue.
I don't really want to object and interfere. There's a statement made to the witness that at the right time, what the accused will tell the court and what had transpired, and that something happened there. And when he is supposed to be answering, now we move into the passport. He has not been given the benefit of responding to that statement that was put to him. As a please the court,
You should let him have his benefit, Your Worship. Court pleases, Your Worship.
No, that cannot be correct.
Mr. Kwenane, yes, when you are asking questions like I indicated earlier, you would ask a question and end with a particular statement of which is not giving the witness opportunity to comment. Please, when you put a version or statement or any question, just allow him to comment on it.
Your Worship, it's not my intention not to deny him a chance to respond. But the court and my colleague, Leonard colleague, will appreciate the fact that I'm actually seized with things that I'm focusing on. And I would not necessarily want him not to deal with that particular question. He's at liberty to do
Yes,
with
please take care of that.
Indeed, we will, certainly, Your Worship.
Yes,
Okay.
can Colonel perhaps react on the version put by the attorney?
Okay, Arabe, Montunye ana e bua ya hore kana go loketseng go tla ba le mo a tlo buang hore ona ba le tshitiso dintho a di a tsela ka mgo wena o ntse di bua ka teng ile ba le mo a tshitisiang teng a ba fana ka picture ka ofela ene tse le mo ke yona karolo o ne o se o e Arabe o reng wena ka ntho ka statement seo sa mwedi.
If you've got a comment on that.
Le teng ha ebe hona le ntho ba tlang o tshwaela ka yona ntho nyewe e buang ka dintho tse tla etsalang mohla trial kwa.
I cannot comment, Your Worship.
I do not have a comment on that.
All right. Thank you. Let's deal with this. You said that the community is heartbroken by what has happened and that you'd like the accused people to be kept or rather be denied bail. That's what you said, right?
We say setjhaba se utlwise bohloko ke ntho e etsahetseng ebile ha ba batle go ba batla hore a hanelwe ka bail ntate Masukela ke.
Ho jwalo, Your Worship.
That's correct.
But if Mr. Masukela poses no threat to the community, why should he be denied bail?
Ha bene asna matshosetsi a le hore o a tobisa setjhabeng ntate Masukela ke eng e tlo etsang hore a hanelwe ka bail?
Jwalo ka se ke hlaloseditse lekgotla hore mona na re sheba ke dumela moahlodi o sheba le di-interest tsa setjhaba tsa hore ke ha ntho nyewe ena na ke ya mofuta o jwang e etsaetse jwang ene le yena ha re tjho setjhaba se ka mohlatsela ha ka tswela ka ntle ka bile.
Like I explained before, the presiding officer takes care of the interests of the community. And as to how this crime was carried out, how it happened, and what happened during its commission. And the other thing is, should he be released on bail? The community could easily attack him or put him in harm.
Well, I put it to you that there are no compelling reasons to deny accused number 6 bail, and that the court will look at not only the interests of the community, but also the interest of Mr. Masukela in terms of his liberty and the nature of the case. I don't know whether you have a comment on that.
But I go jetse ona ntho ha ona mabaka mona a qobellang hore ntate Masukela a ska fumana bail and hape lekgotla ha la sheba di interest kapa ditabatabelo tsa setjhaba fela lekgotla ntse le tlameile hore ne le shebe ditabatabelo tsa ntate Masukela interest tsa hae le yena le taba ya bolukului ba hae a tsebela bene ona le tshwaelo mo nthong.
Ha ke na tshwaelo.
I do not have a comment there too.
Bishop, I'm done. I'd like to just check one or two things. No further question. This is the smallest court that I've ever seen, Your Worship. Your Worship, I am done, and I thank the court. Thank you, Colonel.
Thank you, Mr. Botha. Colonel Flyman, I'm now allowing Mr. Gary Botha to cross-examine you.
Ya ke dumela le bote hore a ka bosolose dipotso that Flamme.
Yes, Yoshi.
Are we skipping applicant number 4? Was it not supposed to be Mr. Mururi for applicant number 4 now?
Oh. Thank you.
Yes, because I know he reserved his cross-examination so that Mr.
Yeah, Mr.
Dennis
Mulari.
should deal with it. So he has never cross-examined for number 4.
Yes.
As a please.
Yeah, let me check with Mr. Mururi.
Yes, Your Worship. Your Worship, I had already been indulged by the court under the court's hands in respect of this one. I can go after my learned colleague, before my learned colleague.
Good morning, Colonel.
Dumela Kene.
Morning, Advocate.
Good morning, advocate.
Colonel, I can promise you that I'm not going to be as long with you today as I was on the other day. Perhaps let us start here. Firstly, you, in your examination, indicated that my client, being applicant number 5, alternatively accused number 7, was involved in this crime. And I put it to you that at the right forum, he will come and deny being involved in anything in this matter, in the commission of this crime. My apologies.
Colonel, a ke to ba mtelele le wena ya tsatsing lena. Jalo ka
Was one of the people who were opening the doors as the crime was being committed, the prison doors. Is that correct?
applicant number 4. Okay. O itse ntate o ene le motho e mong ana ene le motho a tlamileng a nabule body gate ka nako eo. Ene le e mong wa batho ba tlamileng ba bule di gate.
Ho jwale, Yoshi.
That's correct?
And I put it to you, Colonel, that you further testify Colonel, you testified further that the accused number 7, applicant number 4, has been fired from his place of employment. Do you know when this took place?
When I would say applicant number 4, ulele kuwe mo a sebetsang teng. O be wa tseba o lele kweneng?
Yo supa ke sa fosi ke ka di 31 tsa January 2023.
If I am not mistaken, it was on the 31st of January 2023.
And you further testified that some of the witnesses who testified in the disciplinary hearing will be are potential witnesses in this criminal trial. Is that correct?
And when I was talking about it, tse ding tsa dipaki tse neng di paka mo disciplinary hearing ha case ene tse tshwerwe internally ntse e tlo ba batho ba bang ba tlo pakang casing ena ka boyona ha sentse e seku. Okay?
Ho jwale, Your Worship.
That is correct.
What I did not hear you testify, Colonel, is that the accused, applicant number 4, has threatened any of these people.
Ntho e ke sa e utlwang o entsha bopaking ba hao ke hore applicant number 4 o ile a tshosetsa ba bang ba dipaki tseo kae.
Ha ke na bona bopaki bo ba ba tshoseditse.
That's because I do not have any evidence to that effect.
Colonel, part of what you testified is that accused number 4 received an amount of 14,000 rands from accused number 1. Rather, accused number 7 from accused number 1.
Engwe bopaki bo bontshitseng ke hore jolo ka ene le accused number 7 o na le 14,000 rand da a fumaneng ho tswa ho accused 1.
Ho jwale, Your Worship.
That is correct.
Put it to you that at the right platform, accused number 7 will come and testify as to the reason for this transaction.
Tlo jetse he mo sebakeng se loketseng ha o so pakua o tlo hlalosa he hore na le baka la hore a fumane tjhelete eo e ne le eng.
Do you have a comment, Colonel?
O na le tshwaelo? I do not have a comment.
Colonel, tell me, where was accused number 7 arrested? The fourth applicant, where was he arrested?
A go re bolelle he o tshwerwe a le ho kae mokopi wa bo 4?
Re mo tshwere ha hae mo a dulang, Your Worship.
We arrested him at his abode where he stays.
And you confirmed that this is indeed his property.
And I netefatsa hore ke ntlo ya hae yona e.
Ho jwale, Your Worship.
Yes, I do.
Colonel, you testified that the fourth applicant is divorced. Is that correct?
On ntse bopaki hape hore yena o divorced. Okay?
Ho jwale, Your Worship.
That is correct.
I put it to you that he is not divorced.
Ka o jwetsa nna he Kenel. Motho o ha divorce.
Nna ke sa ntjwetsitse tsona a re o divorcitse, Your Worship.
But that's what he told me. He said he was divorced.
Colonel, when you testified in chief, that was not your version. In fact, your version was, it looks like he is divorced, he doesn't stay with the wife.
Bona wena ha se ka mkgo e beileng ka teng. Ha o no ntsha bopaki ba hao pele kona. O itse e kare o divorcitse hobane ke mo ha dule le mosadi wa hae.
Yena ha la hlalosa bitse ke mo botsitse hore mo dulang teng o dula le mang. A re o dula le mo mosadi o dula kana ka re o divorcitse, a re o divorcitse.
I inquired from him with whom he was staying. He told me that he was staying alone. So I asked whether he had a wife or not. He told me that his wife was staying at a separate place. Then I asked him if he was divorced. He confirmed it.
Colonel, I will not belabor this point, but finally, did you see a decree of divorce to that extent?
Well, can I take re hule e betelele ntho o bone decree wena ya divorce bontshang o divorce le nnete?
Che, I gave one, Your Worship.
No, I did not see the divorce decree.
You also testified that his hometown is Ruvel. Is that correct?
Bakimba o itse mo a tswalang teng ke Ruvel.
Ho jwalo yoshi.
That is so.
Do you know if the accused has any previous convictions?
Ebe wa tseba hore o na le di record?
Ha na tsona yoshi.
He doesn't have any.
Any pending matters?
The case tse ntseng a di mathela.
Ha na tsona yoshi.
He has
Passport, is that correct?
o itse hana passport applicant number 4, okay?
Ho jwalo yoshi.
But that's correct.
In his affidavit under oath before this honorable court, he testified that he has a passport. What do you say to that?
Ona ena o ntse affidavit mona e le hore nkuwe tlasakano mo aneng a tsebisa lekgotla lena hore ona le yona passport o reng wena ka ntho.
Ke tseba nna o hana passport yoshi.
As far as I know, he does not have a passport.
Did you investigate whether or not he has a passport, Colonel?
We will investigate.
Ke fuputsitse yoshi.
Yes, I did investigate.
Colonel, I'm going to show you a document.
Ke tlo bontsha tokomane Kenel.
If you could just enlighten us as to what this document is.
Ene o re jwetse he hore na ke eng tokomane ena.
Ke passport yoshi.
It is a passport.
Whose passport is it, Colonel?
Yamma.
Ke ya France Magotsa.
It belongs to France Magotsa.
And
Go baleya go ipha dimenyane a bale case ya hae. A ka fana ka passporto ho le fokisi la case e kgahlanong le yena. E le hore le fokisi le ne sa tsebe lo
this court to take an instruction. Colonel, just one last aspect. At the time of the arrest, would you say the fourth applicant was cooperative with you?
Ya o qetela Colonel. Ka nako eo le le motshwara applicant number 4 o tla re motho o fane ka tshebisano mmoho ho lona.
Ho jwale hohle.
Yes.
It is my instruction, Colonel, that accused or applicant number 4, as he has with the passport, undertakes to continue assisting in this investigation.
Tlo jetse he Colonel ka le instruction e tjena hore jalo ka ha le yena hona jwale a sentseneng a thusitse hore a fanele ka bo passport jalo jwalo. O ntse ikemiseditse hore a thuse ka mkhwa ka kgonang mo diphuputsong tsena hantse di tswelletse.
Do you have a comment on that, Colonel?
Na le tshwaelo o dimanthe.
Ha ke na yona Your Worship.
I do not have a comment.
As the court pleases, Your Worship. That would be the cross-examination in respect of applicant number 4.
Thank you, Worship. May I proceed?
You may proceed, sir.
Colonel, you agree that applicant number 5 have no previous convictions?
O dumela hore applicant ya bo 5 ha ena ntho di record that.
Ho jwale Your Worship.
Yes, I do.
Colonel, you agree applicant number 5 also have no pending cases?
And o dumela hape hore ana di case tsa di mathero.
Ho jwale Your Worship.
Yes, I do.
You also agree there's no warrants against applicant number 5 at this stage?
And apa ona le di warrant tse di batlana le ena ke.
Ho jwale Your Worship.
That is correct.
You also agree you don't have any proof that applicant number 5 have a has a history of violent?
And apa dumela motho na hana nalane kapa history ya di khoka.
Ha ona ha ke na yona Your Worship.
Yes, I do not have any evidence to the contrary.
You also agree that applicant number 5 is not on parole?
And apa le ntho hore ha se motho e leng ho paroleng. Ntse dumelana lo.
Ho jwale Your Worship.
Yes, I do.
You also agree that applicant number 5 does not have a passport, is that correct?
And I do tell about applicant number 5 hana passport.
Ho jwale Your Worship.
That's correct.
You also confirm that the address of applicant number 5 was confirmed by you?
And apa when it was ntho hore we confirm ile address ya hae ke.
Ho jwale Your Worship.
Correct?
Is it also correct that applicant number 5 was arrested at her house, 9 Abdurman Street, Ashbury, Heridal?
And when it was ntho hore o tshwerwe ko ntlong e leng hore ke number 9 ko Abdurrahman ko Ashbury.
Ho jwale Your Worship.
That's correct.
And do you also agree when applicant number 5 was arrested, the arrest was peacefully, she did not try to run away?
And wa netefatsa le ntho hore ha a neng a tshwarwa ho ne ho la le khotso fela ho le a sa leke lo bale ha o sna di khuduego.
Ho jwale.
That's correct.
Do you also agree that applicant number 5, since the starting of this investigation, give a full cooperation to the South African police?
And wa dumela taba hore ha e sale ho qadile diphuputso tsena ha a fana ka tshebedisano mmoho e felletseng seponeseng.
Ho jwale Your Worship.
That is correct.
Do you also agree that applicant number 5 does not have the tendency to commit Schedule 1 offences?
And apo e dumela ntho ya hore applicant number 5 hana tlwaelo ya ho nna antsa etsa ditlolokaka tsa molao mona le mane.
Ho thata o nka tjho jwalo. Ha ke tsebe sepheo sa hae.
Well, it will be difficult for me to confirm that. I do not know her behavior.
But you will agree with me, as she's sitting here today in the accused box, it is the first time she's clashing with the law.
e ba dumelana le gore jwa ka dutse tjena ka hara doko eo ke kgetlo la pele a fapane le molao.
Usual according to the record, Your Worship.
Yes, it is so according to the record.
You agree with me, you don't have any evidence that if the court release applicant 5 today on bail, she will evade the trial.
And wena ha ona bopaki ba hore ha o ka etsala a lokolle ka bail tsatsing lena o tlo baleya case ena.
Ha ke na bopaki, Your Worship.
Yes, I do not have such evidence.
You also agree with me, you don't have any evidence that applicant 5, if she released on bail, she will interfere with state witnesses.
And hape ha ona le bo bong bopaki ho wena mona bo bontshang hore ha ka tswa ka ntle o lo petrana le diphuputso.
Ha ke tsebe, Your Worship.
I do not know.
But you will agree with me, Thabo Bester escaped on 3 May 2022, is that correct?
O dumelana le nna hore Thabo Bester o baleile tronkong ka di 3 tsa May ka 2022.
Usual, Your Worship.
That's correct.
And you will agree with me, applicant number 5 was arrested on the 1st of May 2023. That is more than 1 year, is that correct?
And o dumelana na he applicant number 5 o tsole ka di 1 tsa May ka 2023 ntwe e leng hore ke nako e fetang selemo kaofela.
Usual, Your Worship.
I agree.
And you will agree with me, in this 1 year, while before applicant number 5 was arrested, you don't have any proof today in court that she tried to interfere with state witnesses.
And o dumelana le nna he hore wena ha ona ka mkhona le bopaki ka teng ntwe e bitswang proof hore ha isale selemong seo kaofela ha sona hona le mo a neng a leka hore a itshunya tshunye diphuputso.
Ha ke na yona, Your Worship.
I do not have such proof.
And you will agree with me, she was dismissed at G4S. That means she doesn't work there anymore, is that correct?
O dumelana le nna he hore o lelekuwe G4S ha sa sebetsa moo.
Usual, Your Worship.
That's correct.
So the possibility that she will go to work and tamper with evidence at the CCR room, that is excluded because she don't have access to the work anymore because she was dismissed. Is that correct?
Jwale kgonahalo ya hore a kaya kwana go G4S a fitla a kene ka bo CCR room a fitla a tlose mo dintho tse ding tse leng bopaki ka mo ha iyo ha ona kgonahalo e jwalo bane ona le lekuwa ha sana access mo.
Usual, Your Worship.
That is correct.
It is my instructions from applicant number 5. The state doesn't have a prima facie case against her, and the state is riding a dead horse.
Yena o plella hore botjhutjhisi ha bona case e tutubetseng kgahlanong le yena e leng hore o shebane le yona yana hantle tle botjhutjhisi mona bo palame pereshe.
Ha ke dumelane le yona, Your Worship.
I do not agree with that.
Let me break it down for you in terms of the counts.
Well, a re late ho ya ka mokgo ditlolo tsa molao tsa shebane le tsona di tsamayang ka teng.
Do you have any proof? Let me rephrase my question. In terms of defeating the end of justice, do you have any proof that applicant number 5 claimed the body of Katlego at National Hospital?
Mo tabeng ya defeating o na le bopaki bore ba hore le yena o nkile karolo mo claiming ha stop sa Katlego go national.
Jwalo ke ha se ke tsholo, Your Worship, hore nna ke fana ka information ho botjhutjhisi. Botjhutjhisi ke bona bo draftang di charges. Jwale bona ka evidence re na le yona ba dumela se.
Like I've just said, my only job is just to provide the state with the information. And the prosecution is the one who decides what charges to charge who with.
Yes or no, Colonel, do you have any proof that applicant number 5 tried to claim the body of Katlego at National Hospital? Yes or no?
Ha re late ka e kapa tjhe? O na le bopaki wena mo ko bopaki bo bontshang hore o claimile kapa o lekile o claima setopo?
Che, a ke na bona Your Worship.
I do not have a proof.
Yes or no, do you have any proof that applicant number 5 tried to smuggled or tried to smuggle the corpse to cell 35 Broadway?
E kapa tjhe? O lekile ho smokola setopo?
Che, a ke na bona Your Worship.
A se kenya ka hara tronko ko Broadway, cell 35?
Che, Your Worship.
No.
Yes or no, do you have any proof that applicant number 5 satellite the corpse in cell 35 Broadway, G4S jail?
E kapa tjhe? O na le bopaki bo bontshang hore o tjhisitse setopo ko cell 35?
A ke na bona Your Worship.
I don't have such proof.
In terms of the arson charges, do you have any proof that applicant number 5 satellite the cell 35 at G4S?
Batho ba qoswa le ka o chase. O na le bopaki bo bontshang hore applicant level 5 o tjhisitse
A ke
ko
na
cell
bona-
35?
a ke na bona.
I do not have such proof.
Colonel, you testified that you gave 2 versions to the Honorable Court. I will tell you what the versions is.
Bopaking ba hao fane ka di-version tse pedi mo lekgotleng, and ke tlo bolella hore na di-version tse o faneng ka tsona ke difeng.
And I just want clarity on that version. Don't want to confuse you. I don't want to mislead you. I just want clarity on that.
A ke leke ho ferekanya mona, and a ke leke ho kgelosa ka mokgwa o feng kapa o feng, ke batla tlhakisetso fela kene.
You testified when Thabo Bester walked out of G4S with the. You testified when Thabo Bester walked out of the G4S jail, applicant number 4 and 5 opened the door for him, and later you changed and said only applicant 4 opened the door. Can I just get clarity on that?
So paking ba hao na o boletse hore a Thabo Bester na tswa mo G4S mo tronkong ya teng, applicant number 4 le applicant number 5 ba mo buletse gate nenne o ba e change ntho eo ore hantlentle motho a mo buletseng gate ke applicant number 4. Jwale ko patlhakisetso mo ntlheng eo ntate.
Your Worship, a ke hopolo ke la ka tjho jwalo.
I do not remember myself saying that.
That's what confuses Your Worship. I do not mean to interrupt my colleague, but I was about to rise, and I think the prosecutor was making a move as well. I do not have it like that in my notes either, Your Worship.
I agree with my learned friend.
And we agree with this.
Let me rephrase then. Thank you, Worship.
As I was trying also to.
Okay.
Indeed, Your
Yes,
Worship.
thank you.
I don't recall that.
When Thabo Bester walked out with a G4S uniform, who opened the door for him?
A re botse ka mokgwa ona. Thabo Bester ha a ne a tswa mo G4S mo group 4 mo, ke mang a mo buletseng?
Ke batho ba sebetsang CCR center.
It is the personnel, the people who are working at the CCR center.
But can you tell who was the person at the CCR room who opened the door?
Empa o ka tjho he wena hona jwalo ka re bolella hore ke mang a ne le a le ka room ya CCR a ileng ya ba yena a tobetsa mo a bula mamane?
Ke Natasha Johnson le France Makgotsi.
It was Natasha Johnson and Franz Mahutz.
And in terms of the CCR room, if you say it's the Tessa Johnson, does she have to log in with a password to enter? How do you know that is specifically applicant number 5 that opened the door? How can you say that? In terms, does the system records that applicant number 5 opened the door on that particular time?
a go bolele ka mo go sebetsalang ka teng ka mo e le hore ha kwala mo o kwala ka password ya hae kapa wena o tsebile jwang hore ke ene Natasha a ileng a bula mo hona le password e bontshang hore ke ena butsing mo kapa ho etsala jwang
ke bona batho ba ne ba le in charge ya ho bula le ho kwala meako ya roof.
they were the people who were in charge of opening and closing the doors of G4S.
Hape ba checka di camera tsa prison ka ho phethahal.
And again, they had to check the cameras in totality.
So with your investigation, you are saying the door where Bester escaped, it can only be opened by the CCR room. Is that your evidence?
Jalo paki ba bore mo menyako e le hore Thabo Bester o tsile ka yona e ka bulwa ke CCR room fela.
Ke bona ba bula menyako yohle.
Yes, they are the ones who open the doors.
And the camera system of the G4S prison, is it regulated by a private company with the name Integricon?
System tsa camera di laolwa ke company private ya Integricon.
Ho jwale yohle.
Yes.
Because it's my instruction from applicant number 5 that Temkosi Dondolo and Derek de Klerk, they could also open doors from the cell phones and from their computers. Do you bear any knowledge of this? During the investigation.
Derek declared, ne?
Derek de Klerk?
And don't worry. Okay. Bona ntwe ke bolelwang ke Natasha kwale hote Thembinkosi Dondolo le Derek de Klerk bana ba khona ho bula dintho di menyako eo ka di cell phone ba e bula mo di cell phone menyako ba bula wa tseba wena tjwe
Ha ke tsebe yohle motjhao.
I do not know about that. It is new to me.
And this my instruction from applicant number 5, there's also a master key in the key safe that locks all the doors of the jails if there's load shedding. Do you bear any knowledge of this?
And hape Miss Jackson wa mplela moro ho bile hona le master key mo ka safe nya dinotlolo. Master key o khonang ho bula dikgoro tseo kaofela ha hona le load shedding. Wa tseba wena tjhe?
Ha ke tsebe yohle.
Well, I do not know about that.
So your testimony today is you are still of the view that CCR room opened this door. Is that correct?
Jalo wena he ontso itshwarelletse mo view nya ya hore CCR ke yone bula menyako eo.
Ho jwalo yohle.
Yes, that is correct.
And a convicted inmate, what uniform do they wear?
Batshwaruwa ba kwalletse ba fungwaneng ba le motho ba kwalletse ka mo ba apara uniform e feng.
Ha ke sa fosi yohle sa re ke is sky blue or ha ke opula le.
But if I'm not mistaken, I suppose they were wearing sky blue uniform. I do not remember very well.
And you will agree with me, if you have a person in a G4S uniform and a person in a sky blue uniform, and you look them through the camera, you can see then this is an inmate, this is a G4S official. Is that correct?
So ka dumelana le nna he a kere ha ona le motho a apereng uniform e sky blue ho be le motho a apereng uniform ya G4S o shebile mo camereng o tlo gona o tseba o tlo gona o bona yena ke inmate yena ke mosebetsi okay
Ho jwale yoshi.
that is correct.
And the job description of applicant number 5 is to monitor the camera and monitor movements within the jail. Is that correct?
And mosebetsi wa hae ene le ho sheba di camera ona di guy and ba sheba le di movement tse ka ra tronko ke.
Ho jwale le ho bula menyako.
Yes, it is correct, as well as opening of the doors.
That is the opening of the jail cell doors. Is that correct?
Ene le ho bula ha menyako ya di cell.
Ho jwale yoshi.
That's correct.
And also opening doors for G4S officials within the jail.
And hape le ho bulela di official tse ka ra tronko ke.
Ho jwale yoshi.
That's correct.
And you will agree with me, the G4S uniform, it also conclude wearing caps. Is that correct?
And o tla dumelana le nna hore batho bana ba apere uniform ya bona ba G4S ba rwala le di caps.
Ha ke sa fose yoshi ba rwala di mesi.
If I am not mistaken, they wear beanies.
Or beanies. But you will agree with me, part of the uniform is wearing beanies on their heads. Is that correct?
Okay, o tla dumelana le nna kere karolo ya uniform ya bona ko rwala di mesi mohlomong.
Ho jwale yoshi.
That's correct.
And Thabo Bester had the G4S uniform on when he walked out of jail. Is that correct?
Thabo Bester ona apere uniform ya G4S ha ane a tswa a tsamaya mo tronkong okay.
Yeah, Mr. I'm not sure whether we are on the same page, or maybe I do not understand something. We are not yet on trial, correct? And the thorough details, are they relevant for now? I'm not sure what point you are getting to, but I can hear that you are dealing thoroughly with the details or issues pertinent to the trial.
That's indeed, Your Worship, but
I'm not sure what are you trying to achieve. I just want to be on the same page with you.
Your Worship, my argument is there's no evidence against my client. The only evidence is CCR room opened the door. Even if CCR room opened the door, this was the person that walked out was a G4S official disguised in a G4S uniform.
Yeah, I think just put the statement to the witness
Thank
other
you,
than
Worship.
trying to source out
Thank you, Worship.
information from him, because it's not yet trial. Thank you.
Thank you, Worship. I will shorten it. Let me just get my phraseology correct, Your Worship.
Okay. No, just take your time. It's fine.
You will agree with me. You will agree with me that just
No.
Your Worship.
I will be patient because we were
Thank you.
interrupted.
Thank you, Worship. I want to get my phraseology just correct. Thank you, Worship.
Even if you can request 5 minutes, it's fine.
No, Your Worship, I have it under control. Your testimony, Colonel, your testimony was that Thabo Bester walked out in a G4S uniform. Is that correct?
Or Thabo Bester o tsile mo a apere uniform ya G4S.
Go jwalo, Moshi.
Correct?
And CCR room opened the door. Is that correct?
And CCR ke bana ba bulang ko ba butsing mamati.
Go jwalo, Moshi.
That's correct?
At the end of the day, Bester pretended to be a G4S official when he walked out. Is that correct?
And qetellong he Thabo Bester ena o ikentse e ka re ke mong wa basebetsi ba G4S ha ne a tswa mo.
Go jwalo, Moshi.
That's correct?
Thank you, Bishop. And you testified that a team of investigating officers were appointed to investigate this case.
O ntse bopaki ba hore sehlopha sa bafuputsi se ile sa nkuwa sa thapela hore se investigate case ena.
Go jwalo, Moshi.
Correct?
During your investigation, this lost information that was not recorded, did you manage to retrieve such information with your investigation?
Dipuputsong tsa lona information e ya qetela NSK e hatiswa yona o ile wa kgona ho fumana information e sa recordiwa mo dipuputsong tsa lona.
E downloadile, Yoshi.
It was downloaded.
You can just take instruction. Colonel, you also agree with me that you don't have any proof that applicant number 5 received money from a person with the name TK. Is that correct?
O dumelana le nna ke re ha ona bopaki wena proof e bontshang hore applicant number 5 le ena o fumane tjhelete ho tswa ho TK.
Che, ha ke na bopaki, Yoshi.
Yes, I do not have such proof.
Now, based on all this information that came out, what is your view now still on bail? Do you concede for bail for applicant number 5?
Jole o ya ka bopaki ka dintho tsena kaofela tse hlahelletseng. Ke maikutlo a hao wa dumela jwang hore a fumane bail?
Ke a dumela se ka fumana bail, Yoshi.
Well, I still do not agree that she should be granted bail.
Colonel, I will leave that for argument. You wish you can request adjourn for 5 minutes. I just have 1 or 2 aspects to clarify, then I will be finished with my cross-examination.
No problem.
Thank you.
Can we take tea? Let us make it 15 minutes. Past 11.
from Bloemfontein Celtic supporters?
Ke batho ba piketang ke ba di-supporter tsa Bloemfontein Celtic.
Ke dumela jwalo yohle.
I believe so.
And it's also correct that this picketing by the Bloemfontein Celtic supporters is they want justice for Katlego. Is that correct?
And they will piketa home ke kanto ke batho ba Celtic ke ha ba batla toka e tsale bakeng sa Katlego, okay?
Toka e etsahale hodima nyewe ena.
Yes, they are picketing for justice to be carried out in this case.
But you will agree with it, the picketing is for justice for Katlego.
Ke botsa hore na dumelana le nna ha ke re ba piketa jwalo hobane ba batla toka, ba batla justice for Katlego.
Ke jwalo ka se ke hlalositse ke dumela ke piketing ho etse toka hodima nyewe.
Like I've just explained, they are picketing for there to be justice done on this case.
And you will agree with me, you don't have any proof that applicant number 5 caused the death of Katlego.
Ere hape o dumelana nna ke re ha ona bopaki kapa proof e bontshang ka mogho accused number 5 applicant number 5 a entseng hore Katlego a hlokahale.
What's the relevance thereof? Because there's no charge that she caused. There's nothing that she caused the death of Katlego.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, Mr. Let me rephrase my question. You will agree with me, the picketing is for it is for the interest for Katlego. The picketing.
The question is, what is the relevancy? Because there is no murder charge before court.
Your Worship, I won't take you further. I'll leave my questioning there.
Thank you, Mr. Matoko. Oh, yeah, Mr. Matoko, re-examination.
As court pleases, Your Worship. Colonel, I just want to ask one or two questions to clarify certain aspects that arise out of the cross-examination.
Ke to botsa potso e le nngwe ho ya tse pedi ho tla o ba le tlhakisetso fela ka dintlha tse itseng tse hlaelletseng ha ho ntse ho botswa wena dipotso ke ba buelle ba utlwa kena. Yes.
Let me start with the passport that was surrendered to you today that relates to applicant number 4.
A ka le ka passport e le hore we neuwe tsatsing lena e ho thweng ke ya applicant number 4.
Ho jwalo Worship.
Yes.
And you were given an opportunity to peruse it, and you were asked about the date of issue and the date of expiry.
We love you monyetla wa we phetle bo botswa ka hore na intshitswe neneng le hore e expire neneng.
Ho jwalo Worship.
Yes.
But what I did not hear is whether there has been any indication of movements outside the borders of South Africa. Could you pick up anything?
Ntho e sa utlwang ka passport eo ka ka nako eo o ntso o bua ka yona ke hore na ho nona le di movement na tse tswang ka ntle ho di border tsa South Africa. Ka mokgwa o ne shebile ka teng hona le mo o bone hore ina le di movement.
Ho jwalo Worship.
Yes, I picked up some movement.
Tell us about it.
Yeah, re jwetse.
E bontshitse hore monga passport o nantsa ya Lesotho Worship. A tselela ka Lesotho.
It showed that the owner of the passport was crossing to Lesotho.
Do you know when last did he cross to Lesotho?
wa tseba o qetetse neng o cross ka Lesotho?
Stempe sa ho qetela ke sa 2018 yoshi.
The last stamp is from 2018.
And did you perhaps check more or less how many times he has been crossing into Lesotho?
o ile wa sheba ka makgetla makaya ntse ya Lesotho?
Ina le ditempe tse 9 yoshi.
It has 9 stamps.
And if I remember well, you conceded to the fact that when one crosses to Lesotho, the passport will show 2 stamps. One, as you leave South Africa, and the other one will as you enter into Lesotho. There will be 2 steps for one exit from South Africa. 2 stamps.
And then also to dumetse wena hore passport ha motho a tshelela ka Lesotho o e fumana di stamp tse pedi. Stamp se bontshang hore o a tswa ka South Africa le stamp seo bontshang hore o kena ka hara Lesotho. Ka mantswe a mang tripping A1 ya o kena ho ba le stamp tse pedi.
Ho jwale yoshi.
That is correct?
If that's the case, one would expect then to have even number of stamps, but you say there are 9.
Ha bene ditaba di le ka mofuta o motho o tla lebella hore di stamp tse hlaellang passportong di be di even numbers ka mantswe mang di 2 4 6 8 10 when are 9.
Ho jwale yoshi.
That is so.
I see. Let's move to another aspect. It was put to you on a number of times that the accused had been locked up in the same court cells here, and there has not been any complaints of any threats whatsoever since they are locked up together.
A re fetele ho engwe o ile wa jwetsa wena ka makgetlo kgetlo mo dipotsong ha ntse botswa mona hore baqosuwa bana ba nentse ba kwallwa ona mona khoto ka di holding cells ene ba kwallwa holding cell e le nngwe ho sena ditletlebo kapa di complaint di feng kapa di feng tse tswileng ha ba ntse ba kwalletswe mo.
Ho jwale.
That is correct?
But clarify this, what is the position when they are here in the police cells in terms of supervision? Are they being supervised when they are locked up here? Are they being guarded?
Ha ba le ka position ya bone ha ba le mo diseleng tsa mo court ba supervise kapa ntlomong ba gatiwe batho bao ka mo ka poetsala
Ba hona le maponesa a luteng ba gatile.
there are police officers who are there to guard them.
And if they are released on bail and they are at their own places, will that still be applicable? Will they still be guarded?
Jala ba tsile ka bail e mong le mong a le hae kapa sebakeng sa hae sa batla ba sona ntse tlo sebetsa ntho ya hore ba ne ba gaduwe.
Che a yo sebetsa yoshi.
No, it is not going to be applicable.
The last aspect, I think it was at the time when Mr. Mururi was cross-examining you on the aspect of the community outrage. And in response to one of the questions, you made a reference to an aspect without elaborating. If I remember well, you made mention of KZN and Senegal.
Sheba ona le nako eo Mr. Mururi ane a o botsa ka taba ya ka mogho setšhaba o reng se kgenne ka teng le hore hona le ditletlebo dillo mo setšhabeng kapa hona le outcry mo setšhabeng le ntho tse kaofela wena ha no mo arabela mo ntlheng eo o ile wa qotsa ntho e etsahetseng KZN le etsahetseng Senegal empa o sa e hlakisi ka botlalo sa o
Ho jwalo, Your Worship.
I remember that.
What did you want to tell the court in respect of KZN and Sienakan in relevance to the court, to a case before the court now?
Ono batla bolella le kgotla eng ka ntho e etsahetseng KZN le ko Senekal ha o e bapisa le case ena e leng hore re shebane le yona hona jwale o batla ho bolella le kgotla hore le shebe eng.
Ke ne ke batla ho hlalosetsa lekgotla hore KZN ho ile wa tsowa merusu nakong ya the former president le Jacob Zuma honona le nyewe e ne le ka pela lekgotla.
I wanted to put it to the court that in KZN a riot or a chaos broke out when President Zuma had a case that he was facing.
Ke mo e le horeng setjhaba se qetetse se inkela le molao matsohong ho tjheswa dishopo.
The community ended up taking the law in its own hands, burning shops. Which is the shop.
Mo e le horeng le ho nona le batho ba bang be le ho ba ile ba nna ba tswa le dikotsi.
Which resulted to having people being, which resulted to there being people who were injured in the process.
Worship, is this the new evidence, Worship, being laid here now about the burnings of the shops, Worship?
Mr. Matlumbo.
This is not new evidence. I'm saying that's how I started. To say under cross-examination, in response to one of the questions, he mentioned that my fear is what had happened in KZN in Sienakan. And I said he did not elaborate. So I'm giving him that opportunity to elaborate. And that's exactly what he's doing. It's not something new. It's about KZN and Sienakan.
Thank you, Mr. Geribota.
Your Worship, is my submission this evidence can be left for argument, but I mean that will be my argument that this evidence the witness is giving about now can be left for argument, Your Worship. That is my opinion.
How will it be argued if it's not before me?
I can take it further, Your Worship.
Thank you. Yes, Mr. Kwenane?
Your Worship, if this evidence was not argued to the end, effectively it makes it a new evidence on our side, especially certain aspects pertaining to how the shops were damaged and so on. I'm just wondering whether is the court then going to grant us a chance to deal with this aspect that we do not have dealt with, irrespective of the fact that my learned colleague says that the comments pertaining to this were not finalized.
If necessary and it's fair to do so, I will allow.
Indeed, what is
I know procedurally it is not called for, but in the interest of justice, if it's necessary and fair, I will allow the questions. If it is extended too far, to the extent that it brings a new evidence. Thank you.
And that would have concluded my re-examination. Thank you, Your Worship.
Thank you. All right, state.
Your Worship, is he excused?
Oh, you are done with it?
Yes, I'm done with my
Okay.
re-examination.
Colonel Freeman, you are excused from the proceedings. Thank you very much.
That also is the respondent's case, the state's case.
Thank you.
So confused, Your Worship. Your Worship, I was taken aback by my colleague saying that was the respondent's case. I was anticipating one more witness, but be that as it may, Your Worship, I will take guidance from the court, Your Worship. I have already shown 2 of my colleagues a predicament that I'm in, but I wish to say to the court, I would not be in a position to argue now. I think perhaps this would be an opportune time to look at an adjournment, basically for argument and for the delivery of the judgment, without preempting anything, Your Worship. We could maybe get 2 consecutive days to allow the court to also apply its mind to whatever arguments would be adduced.
Thank you.
That's the good news.
Worship, I have an agreement for applicant number 5.
Yeah, I am of the view that we can adjourn the matter for argument only. As to judgment, I can't really bind myself that it will be subsequent to your argument.
We accept so, Your Worship.
Yeah, let us adjourn it for argument. I will hear from the litigants as to.
Perhaps this would be another opportune time just to take a 5-minute adjournment rather than to burden you with to and from with dates, Your Worship. I'm sitting amongst the most busiest practitioners in this town, so getting a date may be a problem, but if we could just adjourn for 5 minutes, I think we should come to something.
Okay. Yeah, Mr. Matloko has shortened our lifespan in the matter. It's fine. Thank you. Court adjourns.